This is William Paterson Piano 1. And we'll be doing something a little bit different. We're going to do all of September on one video. And the reason for that is there are many people, out of those many people, some are very behind, some are very ahead. And they don't know what to do because they can do everything right away after 1 week. So I'm going to give you a whole month's work that we'll be doing that I had all planned already. And if you can go ahead, go ahead. If not, just go week by week. I'll announce in class, of course, what the assignment is for the following class. And you just find it on this one video for the month. I've never done this before, so let's see if this works this way. I think it's a good idea for the board people, and the other people, you can always look back at this on the same video. So I'm starting on page 25, and page 25 you have due for this week, for this coming September 8th. We already did mirror, but now we're going on to page 26, waltz. So I'm just going to play these through, a couple of comments here and there, but basically just listen to it and try to imitate it. So the right hand's playing up, left hand's playing down. Contrary motion, counterpoint, whatever you want to call it. So it sounds like this, key of F. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Be careful here. Just a little something different. Just to break it up, a little flavor. Now we're on Copycat, which is really this week's, and I already went over this with you, but it's a melody, and they overlap. 1, 2, 3. Right hand, left hand, overlap. So that's page 26. This is all for this week. We're going to do page 26, page 27, and top of 28. So here's 27, key of G. Left hand. Right hand. Same thing, but now overlapping. Tricky, but you can do it. Page 27, bottom, open fifths. You have a second here with a B flat and a C in the third measure. B flat and C. Make sure you play B flat and C. That's a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second. Fifth. Fifths. Second. Second up here, and then together. Okay? That's page 27. Now, page 28, we're starting this week. So the melody is in the key of F. We'll be starting this week. So the left hand's nothing but open fifths. Hopefully you're all in music theory, you've learned fifths, fourths, seconds, and so on. If not, fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first and fifth is an open fifth. And the melody is very simple. Okay, so that's page 28, just the top. That's it. Now, for Thursday, the 10th, we're going to add on page 29. So let me play 29 for you. Page 29, simple C. Very simple. So, sounds like this. Left hand's fifth, fifth, scale. Fifths. So it scales in fifths. That's all it is. Ready? Here it is. insert the third. You've already done it, so it's not a problem at all. So that's page 29, and now, oh no, not two blue, which is below that. Page 29, not two blue. And the left hand fifths, scale. Not much else. Right hand, scale, scales. Lots of scales. Let's see how this sounds. That's page 29. Now, next week, starting on the 15th and 17th, I'm going to be doing online individual lessons. It's your first quiz, and your quiz will be on page 31. So look at the nightingale on page 31. I'll play it for you. Key of G, key of G. And it's actually two simple melodies just apart. So the right hand is... That's the basic melody. Right hand. Last line. Left hand may start with the open fifth, but there's a counter melody. Both hands can exist independently of each other because they're both melodies. Together, you have a nice harmony. Left hand ends it. That's a quiz. So have this one very, very, very prepared. When I meet with you either on that 15th or the 17th. Now, that's page 31. Now we'll look at page 30, which will be part of the lesson for that day. Key of G, bunch of open fifths, or a D, left hand cinchy, right hand scales. Very simple, not a lot of jumps. Here we go, page 30. Page 30, and when I meet with you, we're going to do that page 30, 31 to test, and then we're going to begin page 51, 56, 57. So let's look at page 51 together. Page 51. Page 51, 56, and 57. These are exercises. It's to get speed. So when you practice them, high fingers, and during the week, get it faster and faster by simply lowering the height of your fingers. So I start high, you can play as fast as your fingers allow you to. Make sure you're not hearing it. You don't want that. They have to hit at the same time. So these are simple little concepts. Fifths. Then 1B on page 51 is contrary motion. Then 2A is in the key of G. Get yourself set up in the key of G. Left hand is a scale. In playing, it's not that easy to make it perfect, but in theory, it's actually very easy to look at and understand. So that's page 51. We'll begin that See You Independently, and then page 56 and 57. Page 56 and 57. So let's look at page 56, and that'll get you right up to September 22nd. Key of D. Left hand is D and A, G and A. And then F sharp and A. So the A is a constant. The thumb A in the left hand is a constant. And the right hand has a melody. Two sharps, key of D. So you already started the D scale for this week. So here's what this sounds like. Page 56, British folk song. Pieces that I'm playing and mentioning to you, we may not, we also may do it on the exact dates that I'm saying, but we may not. I might have to spread it out. It might even go into October. I hope not. But this is usually what I finish by the end of September. So that's page 56. And now let's look at 57. You're in the key of A. Haven't done the A scale yet, but it should feel the same as D. Same exact feel. The middle note is sharp. Sounds like this. Okay, and that's 57. That brings you right up to September 22nd when we come back to class. We're going to review everything. That meeting on September 22nd, we will have reviewed everything to that point. Once we get to the 24th, we're going to do page 58 and 59. Page 58 and 59, French folk song for September 24th. And you're in the key of E. And again, your fingers are round, you're slapping the keys, and you just situate your fingers in the key of E. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and B. Sounds like this, French folk song. Lento, slow. Pretty tune. Then on page 59, we have hot cross buns. Everybody who played an instrument played hot cross buns in one of their first lessons. It's just a couple of notes. It's just 3 notes, B, A, G, left hand, outlines a G major chord, and sounds like this. Get to the French folk song on page 59, we're looking at slurs. Slurs mean when you see a curved line connecting notes, I don't care if it's 2 notes, 3 notes, 20 notes, you drop your arm, not from here, I'm exaggerating, you drop your arm, and while it's down you play the notes, and on the very last note you kind of roll in a little bit to make the last note the softest. It's not staccato, but you deny it the full quarter note because 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and. So you lift on the last note, you come down on the first. So there's an automatic emphasis. Left hand slurs. If you play it incorrectly, it'll sound like this. The way it's supposed to sound is like this. It's shaped. Now it has a shape, has the phrase. has contour, it has musicality to it. And that's what it does. Here's the second line. That takes a lot of practice. When you practice, you do your hands separate, slowly. I always say, practice boring and tediously. Make it as boring as you can, because if you're having fun, you're playing too fast and you're missing all the specifics. You're missing all the details. Okay, that's page 59. And then September 29th, we add page 60. So here's page 60. Key of A. This is like a round. The melody starts, then the left hand comes in. Okay, so it's like row, row, row your boat. And the bottom of page 60 is the key of D. Staccato, that's why they call it hopscotch. Just get off those keys. And then in the third measure, they meet, where you hold them for 3 beats. So it sounds like this. Notice in the second line, third measure, they throw a slur in there just to make sure you're paying attention. And in the first measure. Otherwise, it's all staccato. So that's all the music for the month. Go at your own pace, but keep up with the class minimally. Now what I want to do is, we did C, we beat it to death. I want to do D. And even though we're going to be doing D, E, F, G by the end of September, I just want to show you D and give you an idea how they're all the same. So C, D, E, G, and A. Just put this in your head. C, D, E, G, and A have the exact same fingerings. F and B have different fingerings that we'll go over at the time. So let's just look at D for a second. D has 2 sharps. You play the same fingerings. Okay, 2 octaves. You could just play your normal fingerings. You guide yourself by knowing 3s are always together. 3 on F sharp. 3 on B. Thumbs together on the root note or the tonic, D. Cross your 4th finger to E, and try not to do this. You don't want any of that stuff. Just keep your hands there and reach for the notes. Just reach for them. The arpeggio I pointed out last week, same right hand as C. Same thing, but in the left hand D, it's 5, 3, 2, 1. 5, 3, 2, 1, 3. Not 4. Now, if it were D minor, it would be 4. So when it's a white note, it's 4. When it's an elevated white note, it's 3. Okay? Get that in your heads too. The chords are always the root position chord. First inversion with the right hand is always 1, 2, 5. Left hand's always 5, 3, 1. Second inversion is always 1, 3, 5 in the right hand, and 5, 2, 1 in the left hand. Now I'm going to do all the chords. We've only done through major and minor 6s. So major we know 1st, 3rd, and 5th. Lower the 3rd we get a minor. Lower the 5th we get diminished. Raise the 5th we get augmented. If it says D6 or any 6, you add the 6th note of the scale. When it says minor 6, you make it a minor. We're going to be doing this week major 7ths. You take the 7th note of the major scale in the key of D. C sharp is the 7th note. 7. To a C natural, it's called a D7 or a D dominant 7. D minor 7, you lower the F sharp to an F natural. D minor 7 flat 5, you lower the A, which is the 5th, to an A flat. I'll explain all this. And finally, if you lower the top note C to a C flat, it's D diminished 7. Just read the notes, get the information from there. Minor, you'll play the minor scale, natural minor, and the chords associated with it. Okay, and that's it. Now, there's a midterm October 1st, and on October 1st, you'll be playing whatever we're up to at the time in class, not on the video, and the midterm will be the solo, and the solo is memorized, page 36, 37, or 8, 36, 37, 38, one of those